A lot of people, a lot of taxpayers now are more aware of government programs and government spending, what they call excessive spending. Do you believe that this program is an example of excessive spending or something that does good in the community? Because a lot of leaders, including Governor Butch Otter, Mark Hagedorn in the state legislature, has said that this program helps transform lives. What do you guys feel in that area, in that respect?
Well, we think it's definitely can be a potential huge transformer for a young person's life. To let them know, see what the possibilities are for employment, to get them some skills and abilities, take kids that have had challenges and problems and get them on the right track, can have a huge directional change for an individual in their life trajectory. And so we think it can be extremely valuable. And so we think these are dollars that are well spent. Obviously, as far as a stimulus impact, these dollars go into wages and these kids spend it immediately into the economy. So as far as stimulus impact, we think it probably has a pretty good impact.
I think that, in addition to that, we're helping to transform kids from a state of not working to actually having something that can be included on a resume and that can springboard their working career. And secondly, the projects are all are all community based. They're all positively impacting the community at large, whether it's on public lands or if it's doing something for a nonprofit organization or for a city itself. So,
and the other thing here is that these projects would not be done except for these dollars. So we're not displacing any other workers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So there's no private companies that would be doing this
No.
or anything like that?
no,
Yeah.
this is above and beyond the scope of
What
anyone else.
what these organizations are planning on doing, they wouldn't do these things because they don't have the funds for get these additional resources so they can do these things. So it's a win-win.
Okay. Now, one of the, like you said, one of the major aspects of this program is the transformational aspect. What kind of changes have you seen in the kids because of the program? I know that you probably personally work with kids. I mean, what improvements do you see?
The interesting thing about working in a youth corps type setting with your peers is that it forces you to learn teamwork, and not in necessarily like a club or a sports type environment, but it's for an employment cause. And so they need to learn how to take instruction, and they learn how to take a job from start to finish, and it just
Those working
Yeah.
skills of showing up on time and
Yeah.
putting in a full day's worth of
Right.
work and working as a team, all of those are skill sets that are critical for these kids that haven't had that kind of experience to suddenly see the value in that and see the value in themselves to make a difference, and then seeing, I really can work, I really can make a difference, changing their perceptions of themselves and their ability to go do something, and either excited about the world of work or getting additional education and skills, knowledge and abilities for success in the
be
future.
able to pursue other opportunities. And yeah, it's very basic things. Just understanding that you show up to work and you're expected to perform a duty in exchange for pay. And a lot of kids don't understand
The connection.
that concept. So
Right.
we laugh about it, but it's very true.
It's
Right.
really fundamental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to mischaracterize anybody involved in the program, but it seems that one of the aspects is, of course, character building. Have there ever been instances of disciplinary action or character malfeasance in the program that you guys have, any problems in the program at all?
Well, if you just take a snapshot of last summer, we had 850 kids who were working for us. So you are going to have issues that arise, but most of those can be brought to a learning situation. There are obviously kids who had to be terminated, or who
But
couldn't
really, there were
complete
less
their
than a
work
handful of
experience.
kids that actually didn't complete the program, so really successful that way. But when you're dealing with this dynamic or this area of the population, these kids have some real serious issues in their lives sometimes. And so it is a challenge working with these kids. And so we did a whole training thing with team leaders that we hired to do these programs, to give them the skills and abilities to work with these kids, and they really do a fantastic job.
And it's a training and mentoring project. There's obviously work that's performed, but The underlying current is that we're trying to help make kids employable.
Mhm.
And so
This is a learning experience more than just go out and get a summer job.
Mm-hmm.
The focus of this, although the pay obviously is important in that process because
Mhm.
they're learning that they need to work to receive the remuneration, but the fundamental part of this is a learning experience for
Mhm.
these participants, and that's the foundation of the program.
So you believe it's an example of government spending money to be a force for good in the community, to
That's correct.
bring about better trained workers that maybe these kids couldn't have received in other places.
And we
That's
truly
correct.
believe that, if we invest a few dollars and hours into these kids at this point, then hopefully we wouldn't have to do as many later.
Mm-hmm. Now, of the partners that you guys have worked with, there's a few major ones. You said INL over in Eastern Idaho and a few around in the Treasure Valley, city of Meridian. Have those organizations ever picked up or recruited any of the kids involved with the program and given them like a full-time job or?
Yes. Yeah,
some-
absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to say about the program at all?
Well, the other thing that I guess would be interesting to your readers and your viewers is the fact that we also took some legislation because the governor was really excited about this and wanted to build public-private partnerships
Mhm.
and passed some legislation so that we as the Department of Labor can accept private donations as well. And so this coming year we'll be out soliciting foundations and other organizations to contribute and build this partnership as well going forward.
Are there any particular organizations that you have already talked to?
We haven't really started that because we've been so engaged in trying to get things up and going for
Mhm.
this summer, but for next summer we hope that we'll be able to do that.
Alrighty.
All right.
Perfect.
Fantastic.